in any way, shape or form. Allah put you here for you to listen, for maybe this disease is in your heart. Allah says, Ya ibadi, O my slaves, if the first of you to the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, if you were all to come together collectively, all, not some, all of you were to come together collectively to worship me and worship me and worship me until you become like the most pure heart amongst you, this does not increase my greatness in any way, shape or form. And the opposite is true, you little gangster. Ya ibadi, O my slaves, if all of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, if you were all to come together collectively and all of you were to sin, steal, cheat, sell drugs, prostitute, do whatever you desire, you little gangster. Do whatever you think makes you look cool and hectic on the streets. Allah says clearly, if all of you, not some, if all of you were to do it collectively until you become like the most criminal heart amongst you, this doesn't take anything away from my mulk in any way, shape or form. Allah doesn't need anyone. Allah doesn't need anyone. Allah is Al-Malik. Allah is free. Antum al-fuqara ila Allah. You are the destituted ones to Allah. People walking around with an attitude, and no, I don't have to pray, I don't have to fast. I've been fasting, for 10 years, praying for 10 years. How come Allah doesn't give me this? And how come Allah... What, you think Allah owes you something? You think Allah owes you something? You think Allah needs you? Allah doesn't need anyone. Allah doesn't need anyone. The Prophet of Allah sitting with Sahaba, sitting with the greatest ummah that ever walked the earth. The greatest ummah that ever walked the earth. Authentic hadith. And this is my opinion, or the opinion of the ulama and the mashayikh. Allah sends down Quran speaking about Sahaba. He says, I am pleased with them and they are pleased with me. The Prophet of Allah in the authentic hadith, tune in. Tune in. In the authentic hadith, the Prophet of Allah sitting with Sahaba, he says to them, I see what you don't see, and I hear what you don't hear. He says, أَطَّتِ السَّمَاء وَحُكَّ لَهَا أَن تَئِطْ. He says, the heavens have squeaked, and they have every right to squeak. So Sahaba are amazed. What do you mean, O Prophet of Allah? What do you mean that the heavens have squeaked? What do you mean that the 7 heavens have squeaked? Why? Why, O Prophet of Allah? Why have they squeaked? Sometimes you put a lot of weight onto something, so it starts making noise. It starts giving way because it can't carry the load. The Prophet of Allah says the 7 heavens can no longer carry the load. The load of what? He says, ما في موضع